Where did you stop?
Depositional landforms completed now.
What do you mean by meanders? What do you mean by meanders? What is the primary condition for the formation of meander? Slope must be more. Huh? What do you mean by meanders? Meanders. Huh? What do you mean by meanders? What do you mean by meanders? Online students, what do you mean by meanders? Notes at least rapid twists and turns in the course of river alva. It is known as meanders. When the loop becomes more, a part of it gets cut off and forms which lake? Oxbow Lake. What do you mean by plunge pool? Plunge pool. Where?
Waterfall.
At the bottom of the waterfall is known as plunge pool. Potholes means small circular depressions on the rocky surface. Okay. Then delta. Alluvial fans. Alluvial fans. Diagram explanation but still the next year you're not telling me. Deposition of sediments near the mountains is known as alluvial fans. The deposition happens at the mouth of the river. We call it as delta, isn't it? What do you mean by leaves? Raised banks due to sediments is known as leaves. Floodplain, flat area surrounded by, which has been formed due to deposition of sediments. Plains of India, just remember it. Then Aeolian landforms, rock pedestals, mushroom rocks. Mushroom rocks are nothing but rock pedestals. That is, bottom part of the rock has been eroded more than compared to the upper part, leading to the formation like a mushroom. Okay, difference between zeugans and yardungs, isn't it? Zeugans. Then Burchans. What are Burchans? Depositional platforms, isn't it? Depositional platforms having two horns. Next, mineral resources. Last topic. Mineral resources. Online students, any doubt? Are you able to follow me? Online students. Mineral resources of India. See, in geography, you have to study only regarding location. Where do we have different mineral resources? In geography part, we will study that. But when it comes to technology, we'll be studying different technologies used to extract the minerals. For example, in nuclear energy, we have different reactors. Okay, pressurized heavy water reactors. Like the different technologies you'll be studying in science and technology topic. Okay, so I'll be according to geography, we'll be studying only location specific mineral resources. Okay. Now, small heading in this. It's not actually part of syllabus, but need this types of system of rocks. Where do we find minerals? You all know. Where do we find minerals? Plateau region or plain region? Which region? Plateau regions. Okay. See one thing, just remember, not every rocks are of same age. Okay, rocks were formed at different time periods. Okay, so different based on this, we have this different system of rocks. Okay, rocks were not formed at a single period. Okay, in that we have classified based on the formation. Okay, when have they formed? First system, first type is just note down the names. Okay, it will help you. Note down the names. First one, Archean system. Archean system of rocks. Archean system of rocks. These rocks are formed due to small points about each type of rock. Okay, these rocks have been formed due to cooling off, hot, molten lava, hot, molten lava. These are oldest and primary rocks. These are oldest and primary rocks. But their original form has been destroyed. But their original form has been destroyed due to metamorphosis. What do you mean by metamorphosis? For metamorphic rocks, igneous and sedimentary rocks under increased temperature and pressure, they get transformed into another type of rock that is known as metamorphic rocks, isn't it? So, Archean system of rocks, these are the oldest and the primary rocks. You know, crust formation. During the formation of the crust, lava came out of the earth, isn't it? Lava oozed out of the earth, and this solidification leads to formation of Archean system of rocks. But their original form, you don't find it on the earth. Okay, only it has been modified because of metamorphosis, isn't it? Rock cycle gottidalla nimge. So based on the increased temperature and pressure, it has been modified. So Archean system of rocks do not exist now. Okay, oldest rocks. Second system, Dharwar. Dharwar system of rocks, very important. It is found in Karnataka near Dharwad and Shivamogga. Dharwar system of rocks. Dharwar system of rocks. This question has been asked many times. Note down there, 1 point. These rocks have been formed due to erosion and sedimentation. Erosion and sedimentation of rocks of Archean system. These rocks have been formed due to erosion and sedimentation of the rocks of the Archean system. These are the oldest sedimentary rocks. Aravalli mountain range is made up of these rocks. Aravalli mountain range, not of Aravalli. Why do we call it as oldest mountain range? Why? Because they belong to Dharwar system of rocks. Aravalli mountain range has been made up with these rocks. It's made up of these rocks. The rocks of this system are also found in Dharwad and Shivamogga of Karnataka. and also near Kaveri Valley. Clear? And these two systems does not contain fossils. No fossils. We don't find fossils means there was no animal life before that one. And animal life start agaku munchene these rocks were formed. Okay, no fossils found in these two system of rocks. I think twice or thrice they have asked this question. What is the oldest rock found in Dharwad system of rocks named after Dharwad region of Karnataka? Third one, Kadapa system. Where is Kadapa? Vaccinist. Vaccinism. Huh? Rayalaseema. Vaccinist. Kadapa. ಏನಪ್ಪ Rayalaseema is ಇದಲ್ವಾ plateau. Rayalaseema is a plateau made up of rocks. Note down. These rocks have been formed due to erosion and sedimentation of Dharwad system of rocks. These are famous for sandstone, limestone, marble. Must be the named after Kadapa region. Will get to my presentation. No need to write down that. So, Archean system after erosion and solidification has been converted into Dharwad system of rocks. Dharwad system after erosion and solidification or sedimentation, it has been converted into Kadapa system of rocks. Idea? Sedimentation and what do you mean by sedimentation? Erosion and sedimentation of rocks. Sedimentation means what? Sediments andre eno? Breakdown of larger rock into smaller fragments. These smaller fragments are called as sediments. Sediments will be carried away with the help of erosional agents and they get transported and settled in a particular place. So, cementation again agutte certain rocks agi form. Idea sedimentary rocks alli odidim ನಾವು. Next system, fourth system, Vindhyan system. Vindhyan system. Where do we have Vindhyas? Vindhyas. Hatra Mele. Okay. After Great Plains, we have this Vindhyan range. It is known by different names in different. Can you name those ranges? Kaimur, Maital, Mahadiyo. No revision. Vindhyan system. These rocks have been formed. These rocks have been formed after the Kadapa rocks. After the Kadapa rocks. After the Kadapa rocks. By deposition of silt of river valleys and shallow oceans. There are evidences of fossils. Vindhya means that is a range, obviously. We'll have river valleys and When the silt of the rivers get carried away and deposited on the rocks, and after their deposition and conversion into different form, and it is known as Vindhyan system. Okay. Example, rocks near Vindhyas. From Malwa Plateau. Malwa Plateau. Fifth one, Gondwana system. Remember Gondwana land? India originated from Gondwana land. That is southern part of supercontinent. What is it called as? Pangaea. Pangaea, Panthalassa. Pangaea got split into two parts. Southern part is called as Gondwana land. Northern part, Angara land or Laurasia. In between which sea we had? Tethys Sea. Next note on Gondwana system of rocks. Very important. This one is very important. It has been originated from the Gond region of Madhya Pradesh. Remember Gond tribes? These are tribes. Okay, we have tribes also. Gond region of Madhya Pradesh. Gond region. G-O-N-D. Gond region of Madhya Pradesh. This region has been inhabited by Gond tribes, an area. Okay. Why is it important? Because 98% of coal in India is found in this rocks. Where do we have coal? 98% of India's coal lies in this system of rocks. How is coal formed? Excuse me. Sedimentation of fossil fuels, plants and plants vegetation. Vegetation is the main factor for the formation of the coal. Okay. Next, Deccan trap. Sixth one, Deccan trap. Deccan trap. Now, which is Deccan trap? Which areas? Deccan trap andre yagappa? Maharashtra, part of Gujarat and North Karnataka also. Okay, Deccan trap formations. How are they formed? Deccan trap, fissure volcano. Deccan trap, fissure volcano. This time question was also asked. How is Deccan trap formed? Fissure volcano. Volcano when it moves horizontally and forms a rock that is known as fissure, sorry, flood basalt province. The volcanic action in peninsular India. The volcanic action in peninsular India created this system of rock. It is mainly made up of which rock? Basalt. Remember basalt, which leads to weathering of basalt leads to black soil. Last one, tertiary system. Tertiary system. Recently formed rock. Recently formed rocks. Example. Rocks of Himalayan mountains. Himalayas are recently originated, isn't it? Recently formed rocks. Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas, Shivaliks, which is newly formed in that Shivaliks. Clear? Any doubt in this system of rocks? Archean system, we don't have the evidences of pure Archean rocks are not available today. That is, they are not visible today because of their change in nature. Original rocks are not present today. Dharwad system localized to particular areas, Dharwad area and Aravali mountains. Kadapa system, erosion and sedimentation of Dharwad system of rocks. Kadapa localized to Kadapa region. Okay, and from Indian region, India, river valley silt erosion in the we have this system of rocks. And Gondwana system confined to Madhya Pradesh. Coal fields are present here. Deccan Trap, and tertiary system. Most of the fossil fuels are present in these two, Gondwana and tertiary deposits. Okay, Gondwana, coal fields are present. Okay, coal mines, and tertiary system, we have this oil fields. Okay, sedimentary rocks. Next heading, minerals. Minerals. What do you mean by minerals? A mineral is a mineral is a natural substance. A mineral is a natural substance of organic and inorganic origin. Of organic and inorganic origin with definite chemical and physical properties. With definite physical and chemical properties. India is endowed with, next point, India is endowed with a rich variety of mineral resources. You can use these sentences in mains exam. India is endowed with rich variety of mineral resources due to its varied geological structure, they are mainly associated with metamorphic and igneous rocks of peninsular India. Metamorphic and igneous rocks of peninsular India. Next point, the vast alluvial plain tract. The vast alluvial plain tract of North India is devoid of minerals of economic use. Next point, why do we need mineral resources? Why do we need minerals? Note down. The mineral resources, the mineral resources provide the country with necessary base for industry. Next point. Characteristics subheading in that. Characteristics. Characteristics. First one in that. They're unevenly distributed over space. Unevenly distributed over space. Second one. There is inverse relationship in quality and quantity of minerals. There is inverse relationship. Ulta. Inverse relationship between quality and quantity of minerals. That is, good quality minerals are less in quantity. Last one, they are exhaustible. They are exhaustible. Exhaustible over time. So mineral resources of India. What do we mean by minerals? Naturally occurring, organic and inorganic substances. Isn't it? What do you mean by organic substance, inorganic substance? Difference, I know. Naturally occurring substance, obviously, minerals, iron ore, gold, naturally occurring, isn't it? So they can be from inorganic origin or organic origin. Organic origin means which has been derived from living organisms. For example, coal. How is it produced? Decomposition of natural vegetation. And how about fuel minerals? Petroleum, natural gas. These are formed by decomposition of animals. Coal is by decomposition of vegetation. It is forest. Okay. Petroleum, it is formed by decomposition of animals, marine animals. Okay. So organic means which has been derived from living things. Inorganic means which has derived from non-living things. For example, molten lava. It is inorganic, isn't it? Because life is not attached to it. Okay. And each mineral has got definite chemical and physical properties, isn't it? Steel use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, rubber use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, gold use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, we use diamonds, isn't it? We use mica, we use bauxite. Okay. Why copper is used to transport electricity? Good conductor of electricity. Steel ಯಾಕೆ use ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ? Why steel is not used? Iron is not used. Why gold is not used? Everything has got positives and negatives. Which is economically viable will follow it, isn't it? Characteristics of minerals. We have said that. Which is the first characteristic? Unevenly distributed. Excuse me. Uneven distribution means what? It is localized to particular area. Not every mineral will occur in all the parts of the country. So it demands what? Supply and demand mismatch ಇದೆ ಇರುತ್ತಾ? You need extraction of it, processing of it, supply and demand mismatch, isn't it? Electric wire ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಬೇಕು. But it has been produced copper ಎಲ್ಲಿ mines ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ produce ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗೋದು. So there is a need for economic transportation. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? Second one, there is inverse relationship between quantity and quality. That is, good quality minerals are found in less quantity. Okay, third one is these are all exhaustible. Why petrol prices are increasing? They're exhaustible resources. One day it will vanish. Okay, types of mineral resources. Types. Clear? How mineral resources types, metallic mineral resources and non-metallic mineral resources. Metallic means we derive metals from these resources. What even difference between metal and non-metal? Difference between metal and non-metal? Metals, good conductor of electricity, isn't it? And malleable, ductile, sonorous, physics idella, science part, isn't it? Metals are good conductor of electricity. They can be drawn into sheets, they can be drawn into wires, they make sound when you hit it, isn't it? Iron, example, iron, copper. So metallic minerals, metallic mineral resources and non-metallic mineral resources. In metallic, again, we have divided into ferrous and non-ferrous. Ferrous means it is mainly associated with iron. Okay, so in that what do we have? Iron and manganese. Manganese is also got iron content in it. Okay, and non-ferrous, what do we have? Bauxite, copper. That is, it do not contain iron. Okay, next in non-metallic resources we have two parts. That is fuel minerals and other non-metallic minerals. Fuel means derive fuel from them, isn't it? Organic in origin, coal, petrol, natural gas, which we use to drive our vehicles and economy. And other non-metallic minerals means mica, limestone. Is it clear? Next heading, distribution. distribution. Where do we find the minerals in India? Minerals are generally concentrated in mineral resources. So minerals are generally concentrated in the following three broad belts in India. The following three broad belts in India. First one, the northeastern plateau region. The northeastern plateau region. Major belts, okay? We are not covering every area, but major belts we are studying. Northeastern plateau region. Not on that. This belt covers. This belt covers Chota Nagpur plateau. Chota Nagpur. Where is Chota Nagpur? Jharkhand. Packet note down. Jharkhand. This belt covers Chota Nagpur plateau. Packet Jharkhand. Some Orissa plateau. Some West Bengal. And Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh. This has variety of, next point. This has variety of minerals. This has variety of minerals. Iron ore. Coal. Manganese. Bauxite. Mica. Second one, southwestern plateau region. This belt cover extends over. This belt extends over Karnataka, Goa, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. This belt is rich in ferrous metals and bauxite. Full stop. It also contains high grade iron ore, manganese, high grade iron ore, Sudramukha, manganese and limestone. Full stop. Next point. Kerala has deposits of monazite. Very important. And thorium. Thorium is derived from monazite sand. It's actually a sand. Okay, Kerala has the largest area of largest deposits of monazite sand. Thorium is a nuclear fuel, like how uranium we use in nuclear power reactors. Okay, in secondary level we use thorium. Kerala has got world's largest deposits of monazite sand. This question has also been asked once. Okay. Third one, northwestern region. This belt extends along Aravali. This belt extends along Aravali in Rajasthan and part of Gujarat. And minerals are associated with minerals in this location are associated with Dharwar system of rocks. Dharwar system of rocks. So stop. Copper, zinc have been major minerals. Copper, zinc have been major minerals. Full stop. Rajasthan is rich in building stones. That is sandstone, granite, and marble. Clear? Go back home, take out NCERT, you have a map there, okay? Draw it and paste it in the notes. Okay? Idea goes which is region you have got, which minerals and then location ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕೇಳ್ತಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? Don't break your heads. Identify these regions, just mark it, map ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು just mark ಮಾಡೋದು. Okay? And note down ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. Okay, few 2-3 minerals at least you should be knowing. Okay, well, coal ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಬರೆಯೋದಲ್ಲ, ನಾರ್ತ್ ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ರೀಜನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋಲ್ ಬರೆಯೋದಲ್ಲ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಕೋಲ್ is in the Madhya Pradesh, Chota Nagpur belt only. Next. Iron ore. Ferrous minerals. Which all minerals are given in NCERT, just study them. Okay, don't break your heads for other minerals. Iron, manganese, and bauxite. These are important. Okay, these are major minerals. First one, iron ore. Iron ore. India is endowed with endowed with abundant resources of iron ore. Based on the amount of iron content, based on the amount of iron content, iron ore is classified into various types. Iron ore is classified into various types. Why is iron very important? Why iron is very important? It is acts as a base for very metallurgical industries. Most of the metals are derived from iron. What is the iron in the material? Railway coaches, railway tracks, basic examples. ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಐರನ್ ತರ ಸ್ಟೀಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ನಾವು ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಸ್ಟೀಲ್ ವಿತ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ iron only. So it acts as a base for various metallurgical industries. How many types of ores are there? Magnetite. First one, magnetite. Sometimes you may get questions in prelims ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ಸ್ತಾ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ which ore is present in India ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು magnetite. Not on there. It is good quality ore. It is good quality ore. It is a good quality ore and has very high iron content. That is around 70%. That is around 70%. And it is black in color. It is black in color. Next, second one, hematite. Hematite. Reddish ore. Reddish ore with 60 to 70% iron. Reddish ore 60 to 70% iron. Third one, limonite. 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 Yellowish ore. Yellowish ore with 60 to 70%. Sorry, 40 to 60%. Yellowish ore with 40 to 60% iron. Fourth one, siderite. Siderite. Ore with less than 40% iron. Ore with less than 40% iron. And it contains many impurities. It contains next point. India's iron ore is mainly it's mainly hematite. India's iron ore is mostly hematite, which contains 60 to 70% iron alva. Don't have magnetite. Magnetite is localized. Okay, so majorly we have hematite ore. Okay, this also one question has been asked. India is a major producer of which type of iron ore? Okay, hematite ore, iron ore. Okay, next, India is second largest producer of hematite. India is second largest producer of hematite after Russia. Distribution. You need not have to mark up the districts. Okay, nobody can remember all the districts. The Karnataka now districts shall be very you cannot remember districts. Okay, that is the negative thing. Don't worry about districts. In NCERT also they have given districts. Okay, UPSC you cannot write all the districts. Just write the locations. More than enough. Which state? Okay, note down. Distribution. Jharkhand. Come on, Odisha. Come on, Karnataka. Mute ಮಾಡಿದಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು? Online study, mute your phone. Odisha, Karnataka. ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಬಾಯೇ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ Odisha, Karnataka. In Karnataka, you can note down the district. It is helpful. Bracket ಅಲ್ಲಿ note down. Sandur Hospet area ಎಲ್ಲಿರೋದು? ಬಳ್ಳಾರಿ. ಸಂಡೂರ್ ಹೊಸಪೇಟ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಬಳ್ಳಾರಿ. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಬಳ್ಳಾರಿ ಗಂಡಿನಹಳ್ಳಿ. ಸಂಡೂರ್ ಹೊಸಪೇಟ್ ಏರಿಯಾ of Bellary district. Next where we have Baba Budangiri Hills and Kudiremuka in Chikmagalur. Baba Budangiri, Kemangudi ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? Baba Budangiri, Kemangudi and Kudiremuka of Chikmagalur district and parts of Shivamogga, Chitradurga, Tumkur and parts of Shivamogga, Chitradurga and Tumkur. Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh. Next for manganese. 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 It is an important raw material for. It is an important raw material for smelting of iron ore. What do you mean by smelting? Smelting ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Blast furnace. So remember blast furnace. Coke ಹಾಕ್ತಿವಿ, limestone ಬೇಕು ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು blast furnace on diagram ಬರೋದು. You might have studied conversion of iron ore into iron. Smelting of iron ore and also use it for manufacturing. And also use it for manufacturing. Ferro alloys. Ferro alloys. It is associated with Dharma system of rocks. Manganese is associated with Dharwad system of rocks. Which industry is a major consumer of manganese and iron? Iron. Orissa is a leading producer. Orissa, leading producer. And next comes the Karnataka. Karnataka. ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಒಡಿಶಾ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ವಾ? ಒಡಿಶಾ ಇದಲ್ವಾ? ಜಾರ್ಖಂಡ್, ಒಡಿಶಾ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು. ಇದು ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು. ಇದೆಯಾ? ಜಾರ್ಖಂಡ್, ಒಡಿಶಾ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ, ಛತ್ತೀಸ್ಗಢ, ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ and AP. The order I am telling. Similarly here, Orissa and next Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh. Karnataka, if you want, you can know the areas.
Ma'am, there's a lot of disturbance. We can't hear your voice.
Now, am I audible?
No, ma'am, it's still there's a static voice in the background.
Online students, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Where did we stop? Karnataka, Dharwad, Bellary, Belgaum, North Canara. Which is North Canara? Huh? North Canara. Uttar Kannada. Chikmagalur. Dharwad, Bellary, Belgaum, North Canara. Uttar Kannada. Chikmagalur. Shimoga. If you look at the distribution of the minerals, most mineral rich states are poor. Allah, Jharkhand, Orissa, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, these are actually poor. Next, copper. Copper is a non-ferrous metal. Copper is a non-ferrous metal, which is in high demand for which industry? Which is in high demand for electrical industry. See, distribution of copper will not have more than 50 watts to write. That time we should start with copper, its uses, where do we use it, where do we find it, adanu helkondu hogi baribeku. Artha agta idya? So copper is indispensable metal in the non-ferrous metal, which is in high demand for the electrical industry for manufacturing wires, motors, winding ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ, copper windings, aluminum windings ಮಾಡ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, alloy metals, aluminum winding. ವೆಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕಾಪರ್ ವೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಪಂಪ್, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಪಂಪ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಮೋಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಕಾಪರ್ ವೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ವೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ನೀರ್ ಎತ್ತಾಗ ಮನೆ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾರ್ಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಬಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. ಈ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ ಜನರೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈ ಇದಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ. ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ರೇರ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಯೂಸ್. ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮೇಜರ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆರ್ನಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್. ಏನಪ್ಪಾ? E-waste management, that is also very important. E-waste management environmental ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, E-waste management rules. ಏನಿದೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ e-waste management rules ಅಲ್ಲಿ extended producer responsibility EPR. Who will produce the electrical equipment, they have to take back it processing ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ. Otherwise these metals, they contain heavy metals ಅಲ್ಲ, they get leached to the environment, they get contaminated with the groundwater. Making wires, electronic motors, transformers and generators. What is another important usefulness of copper? It is mixed with gold. Alva? It is also mixed with gold to provide strength to the jewelry. Copper. ನೀನು ಹಂಗೆ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ನೀನು. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ವೈರ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಅವ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದ. ನನಗೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ವೈರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗ ಆಯ್ತು. ಅವ್ನು ಹೆಂಗ್ ಹೇಳಿದಪ್ಪ, ಸರ್ ಹೆಂಗಪ್ಪ ಕೇಳಿಸಿದ್ದು? ಸಾರಿನಪ್ಪ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ಲಿ ಸಾರಿ. ನಮ್ ಈ 3 ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಈ ತರ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಅಪ್ರಿಶಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಪ್ಪ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ. 99.9% gold is, you cannot make jewelry out of it. So in order to make it hard, what do we do? We add certain percentage of copper, cadmium. 91% of gold remaining will be copper. What is the difference between cadmium, hallmark, 916 hallmark? Difference ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? You may get a question. Gold, you may get a question. Recent happenings ಅಲ್ಲಿ gold prices increase ಆಗ್ತಿದಲ್ಲ, so you may get it question. The cryptocurrency, what do you mean by cryptocurrency? Economy will study. Bitcoins is very important now, it is in news. Okay, yeah, bitcoins, especially digital transactions, ಏನೇನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ monetary transactions, because government ಅಲ್ವಾ bitcoins. Next, where do we find this copper? It is found in Jharkhand, Andhra Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, West Bengal. Karnataka is a minor producer of copper. Elantadli, Chitradurga and Hassan districts. Next, bauxite. Bauxite is the ore of which metal? Bauxite is the ore of which metal? Aluminium. Bauxite is the ore of aluminium. Bauxite. Where do we have find this aluminium? Aluminium. Where do we use this aluminium? ಆಮೇಲೆ automobiles aluminium ತಾನೆ, aluminium bodies. Steel body la weight ಜಾಸ್ತಿ. Aluminium is less weight and gives same effect as that of steel. ಮತ್ತೆ aluminium is majorly used in building aeroplanes, aeroplane bodies, and it is heat resistant. ಜೋಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಫ್ಲೈಟ್ AC ಇದೆ, ನಾನ್ AC ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಂತ. Light ಇದನ್ನೇ AC ಅಲ್ಲ, ಟು ಬ್ರೀತ್ ಅನ್ಸಿದಾಗ ಲೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾಯ್ತಪ್ಪ. Bauxite is the ore of aluminium which makes up to 8% of Earth's crust. Underline this word, 8% of Earth's crust. It is found mainly in tertiary deposits. Bauxite occurs near the surface. Bauxite occurs near the surface and generally mined by highly mechanized open cast method. Open cast method. Orissa is the largest producer. Orissa is the largest producer.
Ma'am, not audible, ma'am.
Right?
Ma'am,
Orissa-
there is a disturbance in the voice again, ma'am.
Is it fine now?
From starting also it's same, ma'am. It's disturbance, ma'am, while you speaking or explaining something.
Break of 5 minutes. Start again. Online students, please, we'll have a break of 5 to 10 minutes. Let's pick this problem and we'll start again.
Hello. So what? Let's see. Yeah. Hello.
Yes, sir, it's audible.
In problem ಅಲ್ಲ ಈಗ?
ಇವಾಗ ಸರಿಗಿದೆ ಸರ್, ಬಟ್ ಮಧ್ಯ ಮಧ್ಯ ಅದಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ರಾಬಬ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಮೈಕ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್.
ಓಕೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ಓಕೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಈಗ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ?
ಹಾ, ಇವಾಗ ಸರಿ ಇದೆ.
Now let's friends, am I audible? Online students. Online students.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Where did we stop? Bauxite. Then ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಬರ್ದಿದೆ bauxite ದು. Next. Odisha, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra. Next. Limestone. Limestone. Limestone rock or composite rock. Calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate. Or mixture of both. Mixture of both calcium and magnesium carbonates. This question also has been asked once. Okay, limestone is made up of calcium carbonate, calcium and magnesium carbonate. It is made up of both. Limestone also contains small quantities of silica. Limestone also contains small quantities of silica, iron oxides, phosphorus, and sulfur. Full stop. Next point, 75% of limestone is used in 75% of limestone is used in cement industry. %16 in iron and steel industry. And 4% in chemical industries. Stop. Almost all the states of India produce. Almost. Excuse me. Almost all the states. Almost all the states of India produce limestone. Over 3/4 of the total limestone over 3/4 of the total limestone is produced by Madhya Pradesh, in bracket largest producer, in bracket largest producer. Amma Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat. Next, mica. It is naturally occurring non-metallic mineral. Naturally occurring non-metallic mineral. Is based on collection of silicates. Silicates. It is mainly used in electrical and electronics industries. Mica is a very good insulator. Mica is a very good insulator. And has a wide range of applications in it has wide range of applications in electrical and electronics industries. Electrical and electronics industries. Distribution. Jharkhand, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka. In bracket, Mysore, Hassan. Sun. Okay. So you have maps in NCERT, or if you don't find maps, you just write down maps. Okay. Majorly they will ask regarding major minerals only. Okay. That is iron, copper, manganese, and bauxite. These four are important, and you will get direct questions. Last time they had asked distribution of bauxite in KPSC. Okay, KS exam, distribution of bauxite in India. Okay, give brief introduction. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರೀತೀರಪ್ಪ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ? ಅದಕ್ಕಾದ್ಯಾ bauxite is an ore of aluminum. It consists of 8% of Earth's crust. ಅದಕ್ಕಾದ್ಯಾ so ಅಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು where it is used ಅಂತ 1 2 3 sectors ಬರೆದು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡಿ just write a map, just show few locations. ಅದಕ್ಕಾದ್ಯಾ locations ಮಾಡಿ places. That's it. Okay. Cannot write more than that. Energy. Hold on. Energy sector is fundamental to growth and development, isn't it? Energy sector is fundamental to growth and development. Energy sector is fundamental to growth and development. Full stop. Mineral fuels are essential for generation of power. Mineral fuels are essential for is always required by
Ma'am, we are not able to hear anything.
there will be network issues.
Ma'am, if you remove that earphone, it's audible, but when you wear it again and talk, there's a disturbance.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on. It is required by agriculture, industry, transport, and other sectors of economy. So next point, energy. Energy is one of the major parts of energy. Is one of the major parts of economic infrastructure. Energy ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಏನು ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀರಾ? ಪವರ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದೇ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀರಾ? Amount of energy we get while eating food, ಈ ತರ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. But in UPSC, energy ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶಕ್ತಿ. Okay, you need energy, isn't it, to drive vehicles? Okay, yeah, energy is one of the major parts of economic infrastructure. There exists a strong relationship between economic development and energy consumption. Power, fuels, all come under energy only. Next point, the more developed is the country, you can use this word. Okay, this sentence is also important. The more developed is the country, the higher is the per capita energy consumption. What is per capita energy consumption? Per person. Okay, so more developed countries use more per capita power consumption. As lifestyle gets better, we are more dependent on gadgets, isn't it? Gadgets run via power. Obviously, during like when we are poor, what will happen? We rely less on electronic goods, isn't it? As we go grow rich, what will happen? We'll buy ACs, we'll buy cars, we'll buy washing machines, we'll buy ovens, huh? TV, everything. Okay, more gadgets means more better standard of living and more energy consumption. Okay, so more the developed the country is, more is the energy consumption. Okay, next point. Types of energy resources. Types. Conventional. Conventional means what? Regularly used. Conventional, by convention, which all the resource you use. We divide it into two parts. What is commercial? What do you mean by commercial? Commercial means we buy the energy by providing money. Alva? Electric bill katalva. Commercial. What are commercial sources? Coal. Petrol. Petroleum. Difference between petrol and petroleum. Electricity. You know what difference between petrol and petroleum? Petrol and petroleum. Petrol means one product. Petroleum means different products, petroleum products. Okay. Conventional sources, coal. And we buy this with the exchange of money, isn't it? If you have to use electricity, means you have to pay the bill. If you have to use the petrol, means you have to pay the amount commercially. Okay. Next, we have non-commercial. Firewood. In rural areas, not in urban areas. Urban areas, all other report from the color. Kattige, dried dung, straw, kattigal. Conventional means which are in regular use, day-to-day life. Next, non-conventional sources. Second one, non-conventional. Which are non-conventional sources? Bio, solar, wind energy, bioenergy. Non-conventional, can write out. Ocean thermal, geothermal. Next. Difference between conventional and non-conventional. Can you tell me difference between conventional and non-conventional? Difference between conventional and non-conventional. Maritraba, did I write? Did I tell you? Small again, 2 minutes. Conventional and non-conventional. Exhaustible or non-renewable, isn't it? Non-renewable, very good. These are non-renewable. What about these? They are mostly renewable. Then carbon free na ella carbon free anta helboda. These cause pollution. Very good. These cause pollution. What about this? No pollution. Hydroelectricity comes under conventional. Okay, though it is renewable, it comes under conventional. The examples ಬೇಕಾರೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Next in that, first one coal. Coal. First one coal. Coal is the most important and coal is the most important and abundant fossil fuel use it for majorly, where is it used? Thermal power generation. Okay, thermal power generation. Then where do we use this? Smelting of iron ore. Smelting of iron ore. We need coal to melt the iron ore. And production of steel. Classification of coal. Classification. How coal is classified based on the formation. Heat. 40 to 55% of carbon contains 40 to 55% of carbon. It is lower grade coal. It is lower grade coal and contains lot of moisture. Contains lot of moisture. Produces less heat. And emits more smoke and ash. Lignite, also called as soft coal. So called soft coal, contains 40 to 80% of the carbon. To 80% of carbon, and moisture content is high. Next, Bituminous coal. Bituminous coal. Calorific value is high. What do you mean by calorific value? Calorific value. Amount of energy generated, alva? 1 gram of coal na burn madದಾಗ how much energy it generates? That is known as calorific value. If it gives more heat means it is efficient anta alva? So calorific value is more due to high proportion of carbon, that is 80 to 95% of carbon. It contains 80 to 95% of carbon. And used in production of coke and gas. Anthracite. Anthracite coal. Anthracite. Next. Anthracite coal. Highly efficient. Highly efficient. And ignites slowly. So next point. Most of the coal in India, are found in Gondwana deposits. Gondwana deposits. Full stop. Next point. About 80% of coal deposits in India about 80%, about 80% of the coal deposits in India is of bituminous type. Which type? Bituminous type. What about iron ore? Which type of iron ore is found in India? Hematite. Then expect these questions. Bituminous type and is of non-coking grade. Non-coking grade. See, we have two types of coal. That is thermal coal and coking coal. What is the difference? It is majorly used thermal coal for thermal power plants. Coke is also a part of coal. Coal tarane irutte, but it takes more time to get ignited. Coke is nothing but a part of coal. Non-coking grade artha aita? Bituminous type and is of non-coking grade. Next, India has the 5th largest coal reserves in the world. India has fifth largest reserves of coal after USA, Russia. After USA, Russia, Australia, China. Next point, put a star mark here, very important. Indian coal has high fusion temperature. and as high. Ash content. Hash content. Here, distribution. Distribution. The most important coal fields of India are located in Damodar Valley. Full stop. Jharkhand has largest coal reserves. Bracket note down. Bokaro areas, you should know. Okay, Bokaro. BOKARO. Comma Dhanbad. DHANBAD. Comma Jharia. JHARIA. Comma Ramgarh. RAMGARH. Bracket note down. Jharia coalfield is one of the oldest. Jharia coalfield is one of the oldest and richest coal fields in India. Second, Odisha has second largest coal reserve. Next, the rest of the coal is found in Chhattisgarh, West Bengal, and Madhya Pradesh. Small hash marker only. Problems of Indian coal. This question also has been asked. Problems of Indian coal. First one, not enough high grade, coking coal is available. Not enough high grade coking coal is available, and hence dependent on import. Second one, good and low grade coal found together. Good and low grade coal found together. Then how do you differentiate it? It becomes difficult, isn't it? How to differentiate which is good coal and bad coal? It becomes a problem. Land for coal mining is becoming a major issue. Land for coal mining is becoming a major issue. Full stop. Next, high high ash content and low calorific value. Next point, efficiency of Indian coal mining is very low. Efficiency of Indian coal mining is very low. That is the lack of technology and equipments. That is lack of technology and equipments. Next, last one, poor connectivity from mines to consumer locations. Poor connectivity. Next, petroleum and mineral oil.
Ma'am, could you repeat last line once again, ma'am?
Poor connectivity from mines to consumer locations.
Thank you, ma'am.
Petroleum. Petroleum and mineral oil in India, very important. Location is very important. Petroleum or mineral oil. Petroleum or mineral oil is a fossil fuel. Is a fossil fuel which is mined from which rock? It has been mined from which type of rocks? Sedimentary rocks. Good. Petroleum or mineral oil is a fossil fuel mined from sedimentary rocks of the earth. Full stop. Next point. Petroleum fuels on burning. Petroleum fuels on burning gives little smoke. Gives little smoke and leaves no ash. And leaves no ash. So they are better than coal. Ash is a big problem, alva? Ash andre budi. Black carbon. Coal mines in the ash ache baruttalla. That has been used for reconstruction. Next point. It is formed from the remains of. It is formed from the remains of. Remains. REMAINS. Remains of ancient marine organisms. Ancient marine organisms that were buried in ocean floor. Crude petroleum, next point. Crude petroleum consists of hydrocarbons of liquid and gaseous states. Varying in chemical composition. Varying in chemical composition. And also contains traces of nitrogen and sulfur. That is why vehicular exhaust consists of nitrogen dioxide also, nitrogen oxides. Okay, because petroleum fuels are not only made up of hydrocarbons but traces of sulfur and nitrogen. Which is the gas which comes out of the vehicles? Huh?
Nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide,
Only that one.
carbon monoxide and dioxide also.
Carbon dioxide or monoxide? Carbon monoxide.
Monoxide.
How difference between carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide? CO and CO2. Carbon monoxide, CO monoxide one. CO2 carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide. This has been the major cause of vehicular emissions. Okay, incomplete combustion. Okay, actually when the fuel completely burns, there will be no residue. Okay, but incomplete combustion leads to release of carbon monoxide. Next. These are used, it is essential source of energy. It is the essential source of energy for all internal combustion engine. For all internal combustion engine. Now how it works? Internal combustion, mechanical engineers. Internal combustion engines efficiency improve madadalva. Internal combustion engines in automobiles, some are railways and aircraft. Next, distribution. Distribution in India. Hold on. Distribution of petroleum natural gas in India. If it's divided into two parts, onshore distribution and offshore distribution. First one is onshore, offshore. Onshore distribution and offshore distribution. Note down. Onshore distribution. The oil fields located on the mainland. The oil fields located on the mainland, away from the coast, are called onshore fields. Where all do we have onshore distribution? First one, Brahmaputra Valley of Northeast India. Brahmaputra Valley. Brahmaputra Valley of Northeast India. What is that? Oldest oil producing region in the country. It is the oldest oil producing region in the country. Digboy oil field in Assam is oldest in India. Digboy. Oldest in India. Where do we have Digboy? Assam. Next, Rajasthan oil fields. They will ask the names of the oil fields. Mangala oil field, Saraswati oil fields, third one, Gujarat. Where do we have? Ankleshwar. This question has also been asked. Ankleshwar is famous for what? Rambat. Rambat oil field. Next, offshore. Offshore. Where all do we have offshore? First one, western coast. Western coast. Bombay High or Mumbai High? Mumbai High. Both are correct. Mumbai High off the coast. Sagar Samrat. Sagar Samrat. Eastern coast. Second one. Eastern coast. The basins of delta regions of the basins and delta regions of Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri holds great potential for oil and gas production. Example, Rava field in Krishna Godavari. Rava field. Rava field in Krishna Godavari basin. KG basin ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರಲ್ಲ. Krishna Godavari basin, KG basin. Okay. And Narimanam. Narimanam and Kovilapallu oil fields. In Kaveri basin. Kovilapallu oil fields in Kaveri basin. Here. So that strategic petroleum reserve facility. Strategic petroleum reserves. What is this? ಏನಪ್ಪ ಹಿಂಗಂದ್ರೆ strategic petroleum reserves? I will listen to that word. ಏನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಓದ್ತೀರಾ ನೀವು? ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. Have to save it. Okay. If we stop, at least ಇವಾಗ sudden import ಅನ್ನ stop ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ what will happen? Will not find petroleum. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು? We need at least some reserves ಅಲ್ವಾ? So during 1991, LPG reforms were introduced. Why was it introduced? Because ಎಷ್ಟಿತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ petroleum ಅಂದ್ರೆ it would last for the next 3 days. We didn't have the reserves to store. The government is planning for storing the petroleum in certain locations. Underground ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? Stable ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ places ಅಲ್ಲಿ they are storing it. That is known as strategic petroleum reserves. Put on there. This question has been asked twice or thrice. Where all do we have strategic petroleum reserves? To ensure energy security, like how we had food security, we need to have energy security. Do we have energy security now? Energy security idea? Don't have energy security. If any country fails to deliver the amount of petroleum reserves we need, then we will be left with no fuels. Okay. So to ensure energy security, the government has decided to set up has decided to set up 5 million metric tons of 5 million metric tons MMT. $5 million metric tons of strategic crude oil storages. Strategic crude oil storages at 3 locations. At 3 locations, namely, which are these 3 locations? Adu gotilla. Note down. At 3 locations, namely Visakhapatnam, Mangalore, and Padur, PADUR near Udupi. Padur is near Udupi. That means we have Karnataka has got 2 strategic reserves. If you look at their locations, they are near the coast, alva. They are near the coast. Yellow interior when you have strategic reserve, then how will you transport it? Transportation is also a major problem. 5 million metric tons under the Tamashana. It has to be traveled. So once we get the crude oil, we store it near the coastal areas. Okay. Next point. These strategic storages would be in addition to the existing storages of crude oil and petroleum products. And would serve as a cushion during any external supply disruption. External supply disruption. Next, natural gas. Natural gas. It is a mixture of hydrocarbons. Where do we find natural gases? Near the oil fields only. Okay. It is a mixture of hydrocarbons. Primarily, it is a mixture of hydrocarbons primarily. Ethane and methane. Ethane and methane. And is formed during the formation of petroleum. And is formed during the formation of petroleum. And it is found dissolved in crude oil. Distribution, very important. KG basin. What is KG basin? Krishna Godavari basin. Brahmaputra Valley. Brahmaputra Valley. Gulf of Cambodge. So how is natural gas formed? Petroleum form of petroleum. Petroleum consists of hydrocarbons in liquid and gaseous state. And gaseous state is nothing but natural gas. Above the crude oil, what do we have? We have storage of natural gas, and we have to extract it carefully. Okay, is it clear? Next, nuclear energy. Nuclear energy resources. How nuclear energy works? Breaking up, fusion. Sun works on the principle of nuclear fusion. Two hydrogen atoms combine to form helium with the release of energy. Here in nuclear power reactors, what will happen? It is fission. That is, helium is break down into two hydrogen components with the release of energy. Okay, is it viable? Nuclear power plants, is it viable? Do we have nuclear power plant in Karnataka? Where? Raichura. Nuclear power plant. Oh, thermal power plant alla. Kaiga. On the banks of river Kali. Okay. The nuclear power reactor, it works on the principle of nuclear fission. Okay, helium is divided into hydrogen plus hydrogen with the release of energy. This energy is used to heat a produce used to heat up the water. That steam will turn the turbine and the electricity is produced. Okay, we need small quantities of nuclear material. But what are the problems associated with this? Radiation effects. Okay, that material which decomposes, degenerates. It is liable to radiation. It causes cancer to us. It causes explosions, similar to bomb, minimized bomb. Okay, note down. Nuclear energy has emerged as viable source. Nuclear energy has emerged as a viable source in recent times. Important minerals used are, so the important minerals used, uranium and thorium. Okay, thorium, because we have Kerala has got largest deposits of thorium. Ore of thorium is monazite sand. Okay, monazite sand. Uranium is found distribution. Uranium found in Jharkhand. Uranium found in Jharkhand, Meghalaya, Andhra Pradesh, and Rajasthan. And thorium distribution, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Okay, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Atomic reactors ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಕ್ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ because it comes under science and technology. That is not my duty. Next, solar power. Solar power. What is solar power? Solar power. Sun rays are tapped with the help of photovoltaic cells, okay, to generate electricity. Process alla beda. Put down this one. India lying in tropical belt. India lies in tropical area, isn't it? Tropical and subtropical. Alva. Between 23.5 degree north and south, we call it as tropical areas. So India lying in the tropical belt and has an advantage of receiving. Peak solar radiation for 300 days. You can use this sentence. Okay. Full stop. For sun rays tapped in. Sun rays tapped in photovoltaic cells. Can be converted into energy. And what are the advantages? Can you name the advantages of solar energy? Huh? Then advantages. Environment friendly. Environment friendly. How is it called environment friendly? Because no emissions, the generation of electricity. Then, solar energy is available almost for the 9 months in India, isn't it? Then, no overhead wires, grid connected, no transmission loss on overhead wires, no transmission loss on overhead wires. One time investment alagala. One time investment. Do you have to pay monthly bills for this? No, right? One time investment, but initial cost will be more. But government is giving subsidy for it, isn't it? Government is providing subsidy for it. Initial cost is more, but lifetime maintenance. So it's lifetime solar energy. Next, initiatives al barkoboudalla bekare. We are planning different solar parks. Solar parks. We are building so lot of solar parks alva. Floating solar parks. In Karnataka also we have solar park, isn't it? So in Gujarat has the greatest potential because so much of light is received subtropical region and on the dams they are building. On the dams, dam water conserve ಆಗಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, they are building solar panels. Solar panels ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅದು? It has two positives. One is no separate area is required. Then water will be less evaporated on the dams. Isn't that? Yeah. So less evaporation from the dams. So this is one. For example, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾವಗಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಪಾವಗಡದಲ್ಲಿ some few months back it was largest solar park in the world, but now it is not. So ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ? Government has taken farmers land for lease there. Lease. Government will pay certain amount to the farmer. Rest of the produce will be sold in the market. Okay. Then I'm about to tell you something. Standalone solar network. So the standard, what do you mean by standalone? Standalone ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Grid connect ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. For example, traffic lights ನೋಡಿದಿರಾ? Traffic lights, these are called standalone networks. Even standalone pump sets also have been used. Raita Siri, Surya Raita scheme of Karnataka. Standalone pump sets ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? So with the help of solar electricity, farmers can generate electricity. When more electricity is produced, they can sell it to the market. Grid connect ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? So these are also important. Karnataka government schemes are very important. Okay, solar pump sets. Next, wind energy. Do you have problem with wind energy? Mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy, isn't it? Wind energy, we have wind panes. Okay. Do we have any problems? Where do we find these wind? Wind energy. Initial cost is more. Space, actual cost, wind turbines, initial investment. Then challenges. High altitude. Better mele okay. Transportation problem. Okay. Is it affecting any wildlife or birds? Birds ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಕಪ್ಪತ್ ಗುಡ್ಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಗದಗಲ್ಲಿ ಕಪ್ಪತ್ ಗುಡ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಂಡ್ ಮಿಲ್ಸ್ ನ ಹಾಕ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ they are protesting. Why? Because it harms the birds which fly over that region. Okay. Wind energy, where do we have wind? What all that? Kutch area, Tamil Nadu and Gujarat are the forerunner because they are near the coast. Alva. Near the coast, what will happen? The wind blows hassle free without any hindrance. Okay. So Kutch area is famous for windmills. And Tuticorin district of Tamil Nadu. Tuticorin, Thuthukudi, Tuticorin, TUTICORIN. ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ Tuticorin? Major port build ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Tuticorin in Tamil Nadu. Any doubt in this? I think geothermal energy we have discussed a lot. Hot geysers and springs. Geothermal energy, tidal energy we have discussed. Okay, where do we have tidal energy points? Tidal energy, Gujarat, estuaries, near estuaries. In Gujarat we have tidal energy points. Basic idea you should know. And I have already said positives and negatives of each energy. Okay, 3-4 positives and 3-4 negatives of each energy. Geothermal energy. I don't know about springs, geysers, you can know that. Then and biogas, bioenergy, you will study in environment. We have different environment subject only chapter is energy. Okay, you will have that syllabus there. Pyrolysis, heating of all the waste and converting it into energy, you will study there. Any doubts? Online students, is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
This almost completes Indian and world geography. We are left with Karnataka geography. It takes around 10 to 15 to 20 hours for that also. It's 24. Any doubts? Answer writing practice ಮಾಡಿ daily. ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? It has an added advantage. Believe me. ಯಾವುದೇ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ವಿತ್ KPSC and UPSC, please write answers, at least one answer per day. Make it as a habit. Keep on book. Have you left out any syllabus topic? Most of it we have covered. Any doubt? ಎಷ್ಟು notes ಆಗಿದೆ? ಎಷ್ಟು notes ಆಗಿದೆ? ಈ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಏನು ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ? Need NCERT and go to the notes. Can solve questions. Please mains. Second mark, I think you have ethics a lot. Next 20 days we have ethics and daily we are. See you next class.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes, tell me.
ma'am,
Yes, tell me.
ma'am, wish you happy Deepavali, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.